Welcome back to TruckWorld TV. Now, earlier in the series you may have seen my visit to the Volvo factory in Tuve, Sweden, where they make the FH and FM range of trucks.
Well, that's very handy because this time we've got the road test on the Volvo FH when we recently visited the Millbrook Test Centre.
You can't write it, can you? What are the chances?
I know, exactly, that's it. It's amazing, just as if it all comes together just like that. Now, it's hard to believe it's almost 20 years since the launch of the previous Volvo FH. It's fair to say it caused quite a stir in 1993, so the new FH has got a lot to live up to.
The new FH is all about economy, and the marketing for this new truck is pretty much all aimed at saving fuel and increasing uptime, rather than focusing on technology and styling cues.
And here we are at the business end of the tractor unit. We get all the weight from the trailer is pushed through this fifth wheel and then distributed to the axles and the tyres in this area. Here is a typical Volvo setup where we've got the pusher axle, which can be lifted, which helps save you on tyre wear. More importantly, when that weight is transferred here to this axle, it can help with the traction as well. Oh my God, things you do for these directors, I don't know. Anyway, while we're down here, might as well look at this tyre here. Now, traditionally, 3-axle tractor units, you've either gone twin steer or pushers. Volvo, very Scandinavian, have normally gone for a pusher axle. But more interestingly here is, they've actually gone for a 385 tyre as well, the super single. And basically it means that's 385 millimetres wide. So anything around the sort of 14, 15 inch, that sort of thing. And it allows for a little bit more weight and also means the fact that you can get a little bit of extra traction when you need it.
As with most trucks in today's market, there's a wide range of engine and gearbox options on the FH. Starting with a 420 horsepower 13 litre engine, right the way up to the 750 horsepower 16 litre version.
Here we are in the Volvo FH, the 13 litre 460 horsepower, and with me I've got a 12-speed automatic gearbox. We're going to go up a few hills, try it out, see what it's going to be like. First impressions are it's very, very responsive. A little bit of a kick towards the when you're needing the power. Seems to fade a little bit up the hills, but you've got to remember it's 460 horsepower. It's not the 500, 600 plus and 700 plus that you can get in the FH as well. Looking inside the cab, nice, bright, airy. I know people go on about beige interiors, light interiors, they can get dirty very quickly from a practical point of view, but for me, it's a lot. I always like a lighter cab, but inside it lightens you and enlightens the day a little bit. So yeah, like the cab, nice and airy. Windscreen wise, quite deep, not as narrow as I found out on the XF, the DAF XF, and all in all, this is a brand new cab for Volvo, and you can see the research in there. It's nice, bright, airy, but having said that, it is the Globetrotter, it is the top of the range. What more would you expect? As far as the driver is concerned, seating extremely comfortable, really nice. Not only that, all right, I'm not a big guy, I must admit, hopefully, in terms of my backside anyway, but I've got at least a couple of inches either side of me, which comforts me a lot, so you feel like you're really in control, and that's an important thing. You're not waddling off the side of the seating. Positioning wise, we've got electronic rake and brake system, so it means the fact that I can position the steering wheel exactly where I want it, and I like the armrest. I know some people grump about it, gets in the way, but nowadays with modern vehicles, yeah, you're right. The old trucks, fine, because you were messing about with 18 gears, 16 gears, 14 gears, whatever it was. Nowadays, with the modern trucks, you stick it in auto, and to be honest, it's a bit more like an armchair, and this is exactly what I've got, a really comfortable armchair, a leather one as well, and obviously air suspended, and all the twiddly bits that you get with it. Nice, very comfortable seating position.
And this cab should feel nice, as it's a Globetrotter XL, which is a top of the range. Driving around the twists and hills of Millbrook, you can see this will serve many two-man driver teams well, on the millions of miles it will cover throughout its life.
We're going to go down steering wise. I've got a really bad hairpin bend ahead of me now at the moment, and the steering is very, very light, very responsive, not too light. That's the important thing for me. And I'm going down the hill. There's 44 tons pushing me down the hill. I'm now going to put on the engine braking system, and what happens is the engine slows me down. I've not got my foot on the brake at all, and yet I've got resistance against that, which means the engine is actually slowing me down. The Volvo brake engine is doing that, and that means then I get to the top of the hill, I switch it off, and I continue. It means for a truck operator the fact that you're not using your brakes at the axle, which can wear out, whereas the engine braking system, you can use it any time. It's a bit of like free braking.
The braking might be free, but to get into a new FH off the forecourt, we would expect prices to start at around the £75,000, but as always, in the commercial vehicle world, published figures are hard to pin down.
So that's it for our look at the new Volvo FH. Without doubt, a very good truck indeed. As we know, lots of manufacturers are bringing out lots of new trucks this year. But as an indicator of how good it is, it's just been voted International Truck of the Year 2014.